Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back for a very exciting comeback reaction to one of our favorite soloists, and we'll be reacting to Taeyeon.
Yes, so Taeyeon is back today with a new release called INVU. The letters, which when you say them out loud, make the word INVU, like furata. Also, just so y'all know, we do know that there was a separate pre-release, but on this channel we don't really react to pre-releases, so we watch that separately on our own time. That being said though, for this release, obviously we have watched the teasers in advance and we have been very excited because the concept, what we've heard so far, it is chef's kiss, but it's Taeyeon, so obviously. Anyways, that being said, let us go!
It's like a clock. Or a compass.
It looks more like a compass.
It's like a painting.
Yeah, I like those portraits. Thinking about broken hearts on Valentine's Day.
It's a power move.
Oh.
It's so pretty. Yeah, so we mentioned the theme at the beginning. It's like Artemis, Greek mythology.
Yeah, because the archery, the moons,
The Roman columns, the horns.
and even the way that, like, with the dancers, you're saying it's like the painting.
It's like, go ahead.
No,
No,
go.
I was gonna say, it's very like subtle. A whole dance is very subtle.
I was saying the music is very, like, dreamlike. Dreamy.
Oh.
Very random, the jewel things that she was wearing over her dress, the crystals. I've been seeing, like, Instagram accounts like that pop up on my reels a lot lately. Yeah, I don't know what that means, the heart coming out of the water.
I don't either, but it's beautiful.
Magic.
Gods and goddesses. She's so captivating. That's one thing about Taeyeon, is when she's even not moving a lot, she's very captivating.
Yeah, because usually when we react, I might, like, look at you for a second to say something, but I have not looked away from this screen the whole time. One could say the same thing about how Moonlight is captivating. What?
Whoa! Is the heart gonna bring the statues up? I don't know.
Oh my god, wait. In the SM universe, the art is Sonushi the one. Are they the god level people? Because you know how they have the. Okay, this.
Because they're equivalent to TVXQ.
Okay, I was gonna say this.
Whoa!
Makes
It's
sense.
so pretty.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's like the open and close.
So, it's no surprise, Taeyeon is a legend, she's a queen. We are not worthy to talk too much about her. So we're gonna do this conversation style and just talk about some of the amazing things that we liked in the song. Just a few though, because otherwise we'd be here all day. Would you like to start?
I always get so taken aback whenever you do that. Sorry. We are saying it's really dreamlike. Captivating is the word you use. I was looking for like entrancing. Similar meanings, but some things that like contribute to that are like it's kind of more house style genre of music. You hear the really heavy bass throughout, sort of pulsing and almost like, oh, heartbeat? Maybe, because there's so many like hearts in it. She's singing about hearts. Also, like one thing that really makes it feel kind of more mystical is the flute sound that you hear. You hear more in the chorus, but it's not like your typical like classical flute that you think of. It's like thinner and reedier, so it feels more like the kinds of wooden flutes, maybe pan flutes that you associate with like, I'm thinking Shakespeare, fairy tale, like fire, forest myths, kind of like Midsummer.
Greek mythology.
Exactly, like when someone is sharing a Greek myth, hence the music video. Also, there's a lot of reverb in this.
Yeah.
Like a lot. On top of all of her background vocals, like the melody plus her background vocals plus instruments have reverb, and it's like very long, so like it's creating this sort of dreamlike feel.
You kind of explained why it's very captivating in the song, but it carries over into the dance, obviously. There's a lot of reasons for that. One of the reasons for that is how subtle so much of it is. It's like the movements are so slow, kind of like there's not a ton of accents there that you almost watch like, oh, did something move? Kind of like, oh, did a painting come to life? Like, oh, did I really see what I just saw? So it makes you like lean in to watch more and to see what's actually happening. But also something else that contributes to that is the contrast in a lot of places between what Taeyeon is doing and what her dancers are doing. Because like for one, I'm obviously reading the dancers as sort of like the hunters and huntresses of Artemis, but they're very worship-like with her in the movements. There's a lot of times where she's in the center, or not even, like she can be off to the side, but the way their movements are is kind of like this, like, oh, can we even like dare to touch her? Which makes it very like dreamlike quality, sort of this more ethereal feeling. And also her movements tend to be, in the verses especially, a lot slower, while they're doing something that's a little bit more like quick tempo and a little bit more punchy. Not a lot, because it's not like overly punchy, but it contrasts it very well, which makes her feel again like she's out of this world. Like there is a difference. Yeah, on a pedestal. Yeah. So I think that that's really interesting.
Actually, when you were saying that the movements are very subtle and we started like rocking like this, that was making me think, because there's so much about moons, because Artemis, but then also like when you look at the moon and how like the moon affects the tide of the water, and there's so much water in the music video, and like it's very slight movements in like the waves and the tide.
It's really cool.
But yeah, everything is really subtle, and like musically it's really subtle too. Because it's all connected. Musically as well, like the song is pretty consistent throughout. Like for the bridge, I think of it in sort of like two parts. The first part is basically like the same instrumental that it's been the whole time, and the same melody as well that she's singing. It's just the lyrics are different and changed. And then the second half of that bridge is like pretty similar instrumentally once again, but she's just doing like O's, A's, like runs over it, and then it goes into a final chorus. The chorus is like when she does the I envy you part, but that becomes more of a background line with each iteration of the chorus, and then instead whatever like run or riff she's doing on top becomes more pronounced and more of the focus, which I think is really cool because it's like changing it up a little bit.
You kind of described like how the different choruses change a little bit, and I think the chorus as a whole is probably the most different part of the dance, because it's probably the strongest part of the dance, which I think is really interesting, because one of the symbols for Artemis is like the stag, and she has like her braids done so it looks like horns. But also in that part, it's very like her arms are back, which makes you push your chest forward, and it's a very strong position, and Artemis is always portrayed as this very like strong female figure, like defender. And so I really thought the chorus was an interesting contrast to the more like subtle sort of like, am I even here movements? But I also just love the imagery. Also, I love Artemis. I haven't said that yet. Artemis is my favorite Greek goddess, and I'm a huge Greek mythology nerd.
So yeah, this is a great transition point so that we can fangirl over her for a little bit, because when we realized that the concept was Artemis, we were like, the power move to release a song with this concept and now with these lyrics on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very on like brand for Taeyeon in my opinion. I love it.
Exactly.
She's so cool. She's so beautiful too.
Yeah. But obviously we're gonna have the album on repeat
for the rest of ever. I was going to
Ever.
say the day, but I was like, that's not long enough. The week isn't long enough. All right, but we're going to stop there because otherwise, like I said earlier, we will just keep talking because it's Taeyeon. So, TLDR for today's video is Queen Taeyeon is back in a female power move, INVU. I just am in awe. We just are in awe because she is so beautiful, so powerful, and the song is just everything that it should be to give her the proper amount of attention and devotion that she deserves, especially as she's portraying Artemis.
So, as always, if you would like to talk with us more about Taeyeon, this release, about Greek mythology, about power moves on Valentine's Day, then feel free to reach out to us on our socials, which are linked in the cards. And as always, if you enjoyed this reaction video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye!